Hello and welcome back to Aviation RV. Go where you feel the most alive. Some time back, one of our subscribers had requested for a video on AOCC, so here it is. As an air passenger traveling from A to B, you may have referred to these huge screens installed in front of the terminal building or at different locations inside the airport for small flight updates like when is the expected arrival or departure of your aircraft, when will you get the boarding call. So the question here is, who updates this flight information display systems? Also, while arriving to a destination, you may have wondered as to which arrival belt will your bags come on, or which aircraft stand will you dock in. Who allocates these resources at an airport? It is the team of AOCC, or the Airport Operations Control Center, working round the clock to ensure that all the resources at an airport are allocated with optimum utilization and that everything at an airport is well coordinated. So with this video, let us try to understand the roles and responsibilities of this department, that is AOCC. So what is AOCC? AOCC stands for Airport Operations Control Center. It is thus the nerve center for airport operations. The main functions of this department are to ensure safe, orderly, efficient and secured operations at the airport. There are basically four entities that are moving to and from an airport, which are the passengers, their baggages, cargo and aircraft. It is the responsibility of AOCC to maintain safe, orderly, efficient and secure movement of these entities to and from an airport. Next responsibility of AOCC is to ensure optimum utilization of resources. So the question is, what are these airport resources? The first resource is the check-in counter, where you report when you are traveling with registered baggage. This is the place where you deposit your baggage so that they are directly transferred to the aircraft and you can move on to security check with your carry-on baggage. You may have wondered as to which check-in counter you are to report to. This is allocated to the airlines by AOCC. The next airport resource is the boarding gate. This is again allocated to the particular airlines by AOCC. The third airport resource is being the aircraft stands. And the fourth resource is the arrival belts. So these are the four main resources that are allocated to the airlines by this department. It is the responsibility of AOCC to ensure that these four resources are optimally used and there is no congestion while utilization of these resources. The next responsibility of the AOCC department is emergency coordination. It is this department that ensures that all the stakeholders that are responsible to respond to an emergency are well informed. The next responsibility of AOCC is coordination between stakeholders, that are all the agencies at an airport, the internal stakeholders like the other departments like airside operations, terminal operations, and the external stakeholders like the airlines or GHs. All the agencies at an airport are well coordinated. Now that we have understood the roles and responsibilities of AOCC, let us try to dig deep into how AOCC functions. So the first function of AOCC is resource management. It is this department that carries out advanced resource planning, and in most cases it is done as prior to actual operations. It is this department that also carries out real-time resource control, because sometimes due to delay in operations, a planned resource may not be available. So it is AOCC that makes the real-time changes regarding the resources. And it is also this department that manages all the stakeholders and ensures that any change in resource allocation is well intimated to all the stakeholders involved. Next responsibility of AOCC is flight data management, where this department is responsible for recording important flight timings like the TMO or the 10 miles out, the actual time of arrival, the actual time of departure, the off-block time and the on-block time, which in turn also have impact on billing for flight operations. The next responsibility is to capture aircraft registration and update all important data on ACDM. ACDM stands for Airport Collaborative Decision Making, which is whole another video altogether. The next responsibility of AOCC is data validation and dissemination. Function of AOCC is coordination with internal, department and external agencies. The AOCC monitors the operations of airside, terminal and landside so as to ensure coordination is maintained between all the stakeholders regarding real-time operations. AOCC is also responsible for planned maintenance of airport resources and also carrying out emergency maintenance when required. AOCC also ensures that the movement of general aviation aircraft, that is the non-scheduled movements, takes place efficiently and also takes care of their billing. The next function of AOCC is to support the commercial department in case of any requirement. The next responsibility of AOCC is coordination during emergency and crisis. The AOCC is to take necessary action as per the airport emergency plan or the contingency plan, where there is a call tree provided for intimation to all the stakeholders regarding the crisis or emergency. AOCC is also responsible for activation of IMC, that is Incident Management Center, or the Aerodrome Committee by sending timely notification to all the stakeholders regarding the emergency. So this department is responsible for activating the emergency messaging system. It is AOCC that is responsible for sending notification to all the stakeholders regarding any emergency taking place at an airport. Now that we have understood the roles and responsibilities of AOCC, let us look at how these roles and responsibilities are actually delegated and performed. The office of AOCC is divided into a number of consoles, where the roles and responsibilities of each console is defined. There will be one console looking after general aviation billing. There will be one console looking after the allocation of resources. There may be one console looking after the updation of fits. So the responsibility performed at each desk or the console is divided. Now here's a challenge for you. If you can identify which AOCC or which airport this AOCC belongs to, do comment down below. So with this, we come to the end of the video on Airport Operations Control Center. Hope you enjoyed this video. Do like, share and subscribe because your support is our motivation. Do follow us on LinkedIn. The link of our profiles will be given in the description. Thank you. This is Anvesha Pal signing off.